Okay, good evening. Tonight we are going to make a keto Salisbury steak. So this is a new recipe that we've never tried before, and I'm really excited. I haven't had Salisbury steak in quite a while, so we're going to try this recipe out together. So the first thing I'm going to do is get 2 pounds of ground meat. So I'm going to get that and put it in the bowl. So tonight we are having whitetail. So we've got 2 pounds already measured out of ground whitetail. Throw that in the sink. I'm going to transfer it to this mixing bowl. While I'm putting all the ingredients in here, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven, 375. Okay, so to this mixture, I'm going to add 3/4 a cup of almond flour. Next, it's going to be 1/4 cup of broth. The recipe that I have says beef broth. I actually have gotten to where I make my own bone broth. So that's what I'm going to add to this. So beef broth, chicken broth, whatever you can find at the store, or if you make your own. This is some homemade broth or bone broth that I have made myself. So I'm going to use 1/4 cup of this. Okay. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Don't laugh at me because I know everybody says this differently. So 1 tablespoon. Okay, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1½ teaspoons of salt. And there's my 1/2. There's my 1. And then 1/2 teaspoon of ground pepper as well. Nope, it won't fit. Okay. Here it is. I'm just going to get some cooking spray. This is olive oil. So I'm just going to spray the pan so they don't stick. Get your hands in here and get them all dirty and mix it all together. And I'm probably going to get part of it on the floor because I'm messy. Just combine all the ingredients, keep it in the bowl. Okay, so once you get this all combined, this should make about 6 patties. So I'm going to try to distribute it as even as I can and make 6 patties out of this. For right now, I'm just going to stick them on here. Obviously, you can tell they're already uneven, but I'm going to try to fix that. That's huge. Yeah, these are going to be big. They're going to be pretty big, and we're definitely going to have leftovers, which is kind of what I was going for. That way I'll have lunch for the next day. So, okay, that's pretty even. So now I'm just gonna kind of form them into patties.
Little logs.
They don't have to be perfect. I'm gonna put these in the oven for 375 for 18 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And while the hamburger patties are cooking up, I'm gonna start on our gravy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a pan hot. I'm gonna put it on about medium heat. So I've got my pan hot. I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 cups of mushrooms. And just brown these up a little bit. So roughly about 3 minutes, we're gonna cook these. I'm gonna let the butter get all melted together and brown up these mushrooms. While that's browning up, I need 1 cup of onions. So I'm gonna go ahead and dice up some onions as well. So I need 1 cup. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes on the mushrooms. The butter is melted and they're starting to brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of onions to this mixture and let it go for about 5 minutes. That way we can get these onions nice and cooked down. And just stir it occasionally while you're cooking it. Okay, so the onions have cooked for 5 minutes. So I'm going to add to this mixture a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Don't laugh at me. Like I said, everybody says it different. I don't know what everybody else says. So, all right. Got my half a teaspoon. And then a half a cup of broth. So again, I'm using bone broth because that's what I have. So that was what was left out of the container I already had. Let me get my other one. When we go hunting, I've gotten to where I make this out of the bones from the different animals that we have killed and harvested, and man, I can't believe I haven't done this all along. I use this for everything. And I love it. It's fresh, it's easy, and it saves a lot of money. So, half a cup. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer for about 3 more minutes. And it'll thicken up a little bit. So the last step to your sauce, you're gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Remove, I always grab this one, it's super hot. Remove this from the heat. And I'm just gonna add to this, just eyeball however much you would like, salt and pepper to taste. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little salt and pepper. And then the last little bit is gonna be 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. If you want this sauce extra thick, the recipe said that to let it simmer for an extra 5 minutes. Sauce looks good, and it's a perfect timing because now the time is up and the hamburger patties are cooked. So now it's time to plate. Let me pull these out of the oven. All that aside. Alright. Spatula. Let me get some more of the sauce. Tilt this up a little bit. All right, let me grab me a fork so we can taste it. Meat is perfectly cooked. That's good. Check it out and try it for yourself and let me know what you think. See you on the next video.
Oops.
I'll have to make this again. Show me my name. It's hot and I'm eating it too fast.